That's correct. Yes, I was raised in Bangalore, and that's how I have my name. It's a tradition back home, especially in my
Ah,
family, to have their village or town name, and now that's been leveraged to a city name.
so your last name is Bangalore, Kumar?
That is correct. Last name is Bangalore Kumar.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that people do that. I've never seen that done before. That's so neat though.
Oh, yeah. No, even here, some people have Denzel Washington. Washington have, I don't know if it's named after a person, but I
You mean their last name is Washington, you're saying?
yes, yes,
But it's not
Washington.
like Washington Kumar. It's just like Washington, right? Where
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't
so
have
that's uniquely different in that I've heard last name Kumar, but I've never seen it prefaced by a village
village.
location or something.
Oh,
That is
really?
totally
Okay.
unique. I've never seen that
Ah,
before, ever, ever.
okay. Yeah, I
Have
mean,
you? Like in India, is
yeah,
it
it's
common?
yeah,
So,
it is common there,
oh,
especially in
okay.
South India.
Oh,
And my grandfather, he has his town name, and my
hmm.
paternal grandfather has his village name. So,
Oh,
and
wow. Never seen. I know lots of Indians. I'm Indian. I've never seen this before. I mean, I know South Indians too, and I've never seen this done before, ever. It's
oh,
so
really?
interesting. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so I think that's they had it because people usually can figure out, okay, oh, so you're from this place, you're from.
It
I don't know
makes
if that's
perfectly
what it was meant for.
it makes perfectly good sense that they would do that. Sure, it makes perfectly good sense. I'm surprised it's not more common, or at least I have never seen it before. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it is. But it's the tradition is kind of going away. They have like my kids,
Uh,
they don't have like one was born in Florida and
uh,
the other one was in India, but we have not given any place name as part of the last
okay,
name.
okay. How old are they?
I have a 10-year-old and a 3.5.
Wow. And you make time. So I always like to tell all my yoga teachers, I'm humbly grateful to you for taking the time out of your life to share with us and enrich our lives. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
You're very busy with two young kids and you still do this. That's great. Wonderful. Um,
Thank you so much.
yeah. Thank you. I only started doing yoga like this recently. I've done yoga like on and off and take this class here, take this class there and don't practice on a regular basis. But since it all started with Avni Presswala. Do you know her?
Yeah, I
She's
do. I do.
okay. So I know her from years ago. We used to go to the same temple together. What time is it? It's 7:28. I see there's other people joining. We could talk about this some other time. Oh, but
Sure,
anyway,
definitely. Yeah,
but,
sure,
but
definitely. Deepak.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I don't
All
mean to
right.
take away from their time, so you can talk now.
Oh no, you're absolutely fine. Yeah, I'll start playing Om for a minute.
Okay.
So then we will start it. Computer audio.
नमस्ते मंजुला जी, नमस्ते सर।
Yes, please. Go ahead, Samyaji. Good morning. Good
Good,
evening.
good evening, good evening. Yes. So all yours
Namaste.
only. Namaste, namaste everyone.
Namaste, Dr. Rajanji. Nice to see you.
Namaste, everyone. At the end of the session, I'll be available for any question answer. So please proceed. Time is.
Sure. Sounds good. I will quickly display the disclaimer. you all able to see it? Okay. Good morning. Namaste, everyone. Please make sure you're seated comfortably with your back completely rested on the chair. Let's take a moment to arrive. Soften your gaze and gently close your eyes. Take a deep inhale, filling up your chest and your belly. And a deep exhale, relieving all the stress and tension. Let's do it again. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Now, our usual disclaimer, when you attend this session, you do so with the understanding that you're responsible for your own well-being. Neither those leading the session nor an organization takes any responsibility for the outcome of your participation. So please exercise caution. Also, do follow the thumb rule of yoga. That is, there can be no strain or whatsoever in whatever you do. Everything should be done with such light effort whereby there can be meditative awareness, observing your breath and making sure that it's always smooth and slow may avoid any risk of strain or injury. Please engage in every practice only to an extent that feels comfortable to you. Avoid any practice that causes discomfort or pain. And some of my breaths would be longer, so please follow your own breath cycle and listen to your body. We want this to be experiential. Now let's establish the group consciousness, and we do that by visualizing everyone in this group is within you. Let's take a moment for that. Now with that, let's begin with the first of 3 ohms. Make sure you're seated comfortably with palms open. Take a deep inhale. Om. Now, let's move on to chakra vibration. I'll be displaying a quick slide for your reference. You can refer to the syllabus on the slide. Now, bring your awareness to the perineum area. Here, we do the sound LUM by pressing the little finger with the thumb Let's begin with a deep inhale and making sure your palms and hands are aligned towards the area. Lam. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Lam. 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 Last time. Lam. Now, bring your awareness and enter above the perineum area, the pubic zone. Here, we do the sound VAM by pressing the ring finger with the thumb. Let's begin. VAM. 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 Release your hands. Continue. VAM. Vam. Last time. Vam. Now, bring your awareness behind the navel area in the middle of the body. Here, we do the sound ram by pressing the middle finger with the thumb. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Ram. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Ram. 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 Last time. Ram. Now, bring your awareness in between your breast area in the middle of the body. Here, we do the sound yam by pressing the forefinger with the thumb. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Yam. 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 Yum. Release your hands. Continue. Yum. Yum. Last time. Yum. Now, bring your awareness in the middle of the throat area. Here, we do the sound hum with thumbs up, close fist. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Hum. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Hum. Hum. Last time. Hum. Now, bring your awareness to the middle of the forehead area. Here, we do the sound sham with thumbs up, loose fist. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Sham. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Sham. Last time. Sham. Now, bring your awareness to the top of the middle of the head. Here, we do the sound Om, thumbs up, close fist. Om. Release your hands. Continue. Last time. Observe within a sense of calmness and stillness. Now, let's move on to Ujjayi Pranayama or happy face breathing. Those of you who know Ujjayi, please continue. For those who need instruction, make a big smile with cheeks out. Now, as you smile, you'll feel a stretch at the bottommost part of the mouth area, which is the throat area. Here, as you inhale and exhale, you will feel mild sucking sensation. Feel that sensation. Let's do a couple of breaths here. Now, while you continue in Ujjayi, let's move on to shoulder rotation. And the way we do that is by placing your palms on your knees. As you inhale, you slide your palms back to the thighs. Lift up your shoulders, and as you exhale, drop your shoulders, bring your palms back on your knees. Let's continue. Inhale and exhale. Last inhale and last exhale. Now bring your palms in Namaste position near the chest area. Now as you inhale, you lift up your arms, your palms facing sky or the roof. And as you exhale, you bring down your arms back in the Namaste position near the chest area. Let's continue. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Now as you inhale, you open up your palms and fingers as if a flower is budding. And as you exhale, bring it below, make it a fist and bring it back near the chest area. Let's continue. Now let's reverse. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Let's move on to the neck exercises. Slowly tilt your head towards one side of the shoulder as if the ear is trying to reach the shoulder. As you exhale, inhale back to the center. Exhale, try reaching the other side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Let's continue. Last exhalation and last inhalation. Now, as you exhale, turn your head towards one side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, turn towards the other side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Let's continue. Last exhalation and last inhalation. Now, as you inhale, you pull your head all the way back with chin up. And as you exhale, bring your chin to the chest area. Let's do it again. Inhale, pull your head all the way back, chin up. And exhale, bring your chin to the chest area. From here, we'll do 360-degree circle. Inhale, complete half a circle. And then exhale, do a full circle. Let's continue. Now let's reverse the direction. Last inhalation. Last exhalation. Now, let's move on to spinal mantra. Spinal twist. So clasp your left palm over your right knee and grab your right hand, the back of the chair, or let your hand free in the air. Or if you're comfortable, you can place your palms on your back. Now with each direction, we're going to make the sound ah. With the last direction, we're going to hum the sound. Let's start towards the right. To the right. Ah. To the left. To your back. Chin to the chest. Now let's move on to the second round with 2 R's and 2 arms. To the right. Ah. Ah. To the left. Ah. Ah. To your back. Ah. Ah. Chin to the chest. Let's move on to the third round with 3 R's and 3 arms. To the right. Ah. 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 To your left. Ah. 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 To the back. Ah. 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 Chin to the chest. Mm. 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 Now let's move on to the standing exercises. Now, if you have good balance, please go ahead and stand. Otherwise, please be seated. Try to see. Okay. Now place your palms on your hip area. Now, as you inhale, you lift up your leg towards one side of the shoulder, and then as you exhale, you come back to the center. Opposite side, inhale and lift up your leg, and then exhale, come back to the center. Let's continue. Inhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we'll be doing the forward bend, and the way we do that is in 4 steps. The first one is make a complete backward arch, and then second step is bend forward. Third step is try reaching your hands with the floor. Try reaching your hands towards the floor or touching the floor. And then the fourth step, grab your knees, drop your head in between your knees, and then pull back up. Now let's do this with the breath work. Now clasp your elbows behind your back and inhale. As you inhale, make a complete backward arch. Now as you exhale, bend your body forward little by little, making sure your back and neck are straight. For the next exhalation, try reaching the floor or touching the floor with your hands. Now with the next exhalation, grab your knees, drop your head in between your knees and pull back up. Please take your seat. Let's move on to alternate nostril breathing. Those of you who need instruction, imagine there's a flow of awareness from the left nostril as you inhale and it reaches the top of the middle of the forehead. And then as you exhale, it descends from the right nostril. And again, as you inhale from the right nostril, it reaches to the top of the middle of the forehead. And then again, as you exhale, it descends from the left nostril. Now, this is the cycle. You can use any fingers that you're comfortable with. Let's begin the breath work. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We do this. Okay. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, let's move on to the spinal mantra. I'll be displaying a slide and also a background music with the syllables for the spinal mantra. You need not repeat the mantra. You can just mentally visualize the flow of energy. Please make sure you're seated comfortably with your eyes closed.
We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. Jim, Jaim, Haim. Jim Jime Heim, 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 Jim Jime Heim. Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om, 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 Haim, Aim, Om. Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jime, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Aim, Shim, Jim, Jime, Haim, Aim.
Now, let's move on to 3 rounds of Bhastrika. Pull back your shoulders when ready. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. and 20. Exhale. Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Let's move on to the second round. Pull back your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Let's move on to the third round. Pull back your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Kumbhaka, followed by Brahmari. Now let's get ready for meditation. Please be seated comfortably. Observe within. Slowly soften your gaze and gently close your eyes. Open your palms and mentally affirm, I let go of all the concepts and ideas. I care about nothing. I let go of all the concepts and ideas. Now, if you have a preferred way of meditation, please go ahead and continue. Otherwise, visualize flow of energy from the bottommost part of the spine to the top of the head and over your head. And while you're visualizing this flow, I'll be playing Om in the background. You can mentally affirm 3 syllables, that is I'm, Im, Om. I'm, Im, Om. Now, if you feel this music as distraction, please reduce the volume. Otherwise, please continue to listen. Mentally affirm, may I please be guided for the purpose of life on this earth. Slowly bring back your senses, part by part, from your head to your arms, your chest area, to your abdominal area, your limbs, and your feet. Gently rub your palms together and place the warmth on your eyelids and bring your palms right in front of you and be thankful for everything you have in your life. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, or if anything for discussion.
I have some questions. Thank you first for leading us, Manjula Benji. So I was in yoga with Avni Benji yesterday in person, and at one point she said you can say Om or you can say I. Is that okay to do that, Dr. Rajan?
No, Om is the one that is the preferred one. What
Okay,
happens is, for anybody for whom they feel it doesn't work for them, that is the option to do Ah. But Om is what
okay,
works.
okay. And then another question for you is approximately how many people are participating in yoga in this organization like this through Zoom?
Oh, well, I think in the US we have about 50 to 60 people.
Hmm.
And in India, I think we got the sense of like about 23 people or something between the two sessions.
Okay. So how long has this been offered through the Zoom yoga like this?
From April 2020, when COVID came,
Hmm.
and in the peak of it, there were 200 people who were attending every day.
Wow. So I'm surprised the
And
numbers. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, after the COVID went away, then of course people wanted more interaction outside their home rather than sitting and doing this. And
Uh-huh.
so what happened is gradually the people who were the working population disappeared, and the people
Okay.
who stayed more were the retired population.
Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to share this with people as I meet them. I even talk to random people on the street and start telling them about this if I think it's suitable for them. Because you had mentioned that there's donors and they want to see more participation, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm trying to do my part to make the numbers go up if I can. And then Manjula, I have some questions or whatever observations. You might want to check your microphone settings when you're saying Om. As I think something is detecting or thinking that your voice is not there, and then the trailing part of Om starts fading out. So then we can't really hear your Om as as it progresses. You might want to watch the YouTube recording and see if it correlates with what I'm saying. I know that like when Somya Benji does this, it doesn't happen with her. So it's something unique to do with your microphone sensitivity or something like that, I think. So it can be corrected. And then do you have a like auto zoom on your camera or something? Because at some point it looked like you
I
were shifting from left to right. You're sliding back and forth and left to right and back and forth. So it's just a minor observation, okay?
Yeah,
I think
I
that's all.
figured that, Deepak ji. Yeah, I today the camera was zooming here and there. Auto
Okay, you
zoom
could
was
see that.
setting out.
You-
Yeah, I figured that. And was the audio fading in the previous session as well, or only today's session?
I haven't been on a session with you for a while, so I don't remember.
Okay, okay, okay.
Let's see. Tomorrow, no, tomorrow's Monday, right? You won't be teaching tomorrow, will you?
No, I won't be.
Okay, then I
Next
won't.
15 days, I won't be
Oh,
available.
okay.
So,
Then I won't even remember this, what happened. No, I'm not sure. Okay, thank you.
yeah, sure, anytime. I'll try to fix the audio setting.
Yeah.
Kishanji, go ahead. You can ask
Yeah,
any question.
yeah. Thank you, Dr. Rajan, and thank you, Manjula, for today's session. I was very enjoyed very much. I was going to ask a question, on the chakra vibrations. I mean, if you could elaborate on the health benefits of that, I mean, how does it affect, the health, and these humming sounds, different sounds. If you could a little bit elaborate on that, I would really appreciate, So because I'm a scientist and I like to understand the background and how it works.
Certainly,
Yeah.
certainly. We will
Thank
do that. And Manjula, you want to answer that or do you want me to answer that?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, please go ahead, doctor.
Okay.
I'll let you lead.
See, what happens is the the net effect of the chakra vibration that you have experienced. Can you explain to me what you have experienced? Then I will explain how it works.
I work kind of like calm and a bit,
Okay?
white kind of quietness, around, my body, and I feel kind of
Very
that
nice.
kind of thing, yeah. So,
Very nice. You see, from a yogic perspective, the way we say that is that we are not this body at all. We are trillions of cells in the body over here, and every cell is live on its own. And the question is, what is the meaning of anything being alive? Anything being alive means it has the ability to adapt and change. In other words, what we say, it has a mind of its own, right? So the thing is, the ability about when we work as part of this human body, when we have entered in here, what we are doing is this being that you and I are. We have a purpose in life, and we have to engage with things over the lifetime. And all the trillions of cells within you, they need to work with you in order to accomplish what your mind and intent is to do, right?
yes.
So in the tradition of yoga, how we say it is that everything in the physical body is earth and water elements. And what we say is the other elements that are involved are what we call air and the space elements. And in between you have the fire element. And each of these, there is a subtle communication that is happening. And the subtle communication that is of the earth and water elements are called apana and vyana. And the communication of prana and udana relate to something that is particular to you. In other words, your prana is not in this physical body. Your prana is controlled elsewhere in the spiritual domain. Because what happens is, scientifically today, that when a person is brain dead, but on the other hand, they can put the person on this ECMO machine, heart-lung machine, and all the organs are functioning, right? So everything is functioning, but the person never wakes up. And so the thing is basically the prana control is in the spiritual domain, and the udana is also in an even higher spiritual domain. How we explain in yoga is the udana is connected into the source of everything, that is Ishwar or Purusha as we say in yoga, whereas on the other hand, the prana is connected into the spiritual domain, which we say is when we say Om Bhur Bhuva Swa, Bhu is the physical world, Bhuva is the spiritual world. That is where all the spirits, everything stay. That is namely what we call as the causal body or Karan Sharir is right over there. So from there, the prana projects the program into you, the purpose for which you have come into this body. But on the other hand, it is the udana, your connection into swa, bhur bhuva swa. That is what enables you adaptability to go and do how you need to adapt as you run through your life. So now what happens is the earth elements and the water elements they are all being stimulated because of whatever is the environment, whatever you're seeking to do with the physical body, and they need to be in sync with whatever is your cosmic program that is coming to through the prana element. And both of them, when they meld together and find the balance of how they are going to work, that is where the balance happens along the Sushumna Nadi, along the chakras. So when we do the chakra vibration, what ends up happening is we are promoting the communication between the trillions of cells that are there in each region of the body, along with the spiritual entity, to bring them all together so that there is harmonious balance within. And that is what you're experiencing, the sense of harmony within when you do the chakra vibration.
Thank you. Thank you for going to
Actually, since you're a scientist, I'm going to take this extension a little bit further. Okay? Many of you here are familiar with the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, Anulom Vilom Pranayama, where they do alternate nostril breathing, right?
Yes.
Now, the thing is basically, people are often, but the way in which it is explained is that when you inhaling is an active process, it stimulates. Exhaling is the relaxing process. And when you inhale through the left nostril, it stimulates the right hemisphere of the brain. And when you exhale through the left nostril, it relaxes the right hemisphere of the brain. When you inhale through the right nostril, it stimulates the left hemisphere of the brain. And when you exhale, it relaxes that. Now, what happens is, to balance the two, what exactly is happening? Now, what is done over here is, the vitality of the body in the physical body is controlled by the brain at every moment. How does the brain control the vitality of the body at each moment? That is why when you're brain dead, there is no more control over that. And that's what makes you dead when the brain is dead, is because the central nervous system is responding to whatever it comes from the peripheral nervous system to say where energy is needed and where energy is not, is less needed, more needed, less needed. It is registering everything. So what does it do? The brain is controlling both your breath rate as well as the pumping of the heart, and more so directing where the blood flow needs to go. So when it directs the blood flow to the place where it sees as the need at that time, then in which case that area gets more of oxygen and glucose coming through the blood. And every cell is absorbing oxygen and glucose to do its function. And so the thing is, you see, when we are working with the alternate nostril breathing, this is what we are doing over here. However, one of the things we need to realize is, and we have tested this, there are some certain cases of epilepsy. When people are epileptic, what happens is, one area of the brain is firing, but the other areas don't fire. In fact, what happens is, there are different types of epilepsy. There's one type of epilepsy, okay? And the thing is, you see, for a normal person to function, the brain has two hemispheres, and both need to interact for effective functioning. Because one is your cosmic program and the other is your physical control of the external environment. So both need to coordinate. And scientifically, what is known is, in between the two hemispheres of the brain, right in the middle, there is a very dense part, and that is called the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum has more neurons than either one of the two lobes of the two hemispheres of the brain. And the corpus callosum is the pathway to ensure the interactivity between the two sides of the brain. So what happens is, if you ever want to test for yourself, with the alternate nostril breathing, the objective of it is to balance the breath in the two nostrils. Now, on the other hand, if you just focus right in the top of the forehead, right at that point, you can put a finger over there. Inhale with both nostril, with the awareness going up to that point, and as you exhale, the awareness coming there and going out of the nostril. You're going to find your nostrils will become balanced. It'll have the same effect and a higher effect than the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. So what happens is, the reason I'm saying this is the idea of balancing vitality control in the body is one way to harmonize the body, and that is why the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama is done. But a higher level of balancing in the body is the chakra vibration. You're really connecting the spiritual entity with the physical entity to balance both of them together. And that's why the chakra vibration is more powerful than the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama.
Nice. Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajan, for going into that explanation, for that. I understand, and I can understand and appreciate, and I'll continue doing that, more.
There is something I do want to mention. Yeah, go ahead.
Namaste. Whatever you said, those things I have experienced, because I was really almost blank, sticky, or whatever you stuck up. I can't think, I cannot plan, I forget everything. So many things I cannot express. But all the things I joined in May, I can experience the development in me. I have improved a lot, and I'm really tearful for that. Whenever I think, so I'm so excited to wait for this 5 o'clock. இந்த 5 மணி எப்படா வரும், நம்ம உட்காருவோம், இதெல்லாம் செய்வோம்னு தோணும். மூளை நிறைய ஆக்டிவேட் ஆயிருக்கு எனக்கு, மூளையும் சரி மனசும் சரி. அப்புறம் நீங்க சொல்ற அந்த 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 புல் அரிக்கிறது, அந்த இது ஓடுறது, அதெல்லாம் நிறைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் முன்ன இருந்தது. அப்புறம் டோட்டலி வாஸ் பிளாங்க், இதுவா எடுத்து. இப்போ இந்த 2-3 மாசத்துல மே ஜூன் ஜூலைல நிறைய இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆயிருக்கேன். ஒண்ணு. செகண்ட், பிசிக்கல் ஆல்சோ ஐ எம் கெட்டிங் இம்ப்ரூவ்டு. 2வது, நான் இந்த மாச கடைசியில அயர்லாந்து போயிடுவேன், டப்ளின்ல இருப்பேன். அங்கேருந்து நான் ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கலாம் இல்லையா?
Sure, no problem.
டயத்துல அங்க 12 மணியோ 1 மணியோ சம்திங் லஞ்ச் டைம், யூகே டைம் அது. ஸோ அந்த சமயத்துல நான் அங்க இருந்து இதுல ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கலாம் அந்த டயத்துல.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just to explain what she said in Tamil over there, that she had this experience of various sensations that healed her. She had a number of health issues. So she found that healing happening. And she is always wondering, oh, when is that 5 p.m. going to come when I can join the yoga session? So she was so much looking forward to it. I do want to mention something else. But some of you over here might have been meditating for a longer period of time. Okay? Now, different schools of yoga teach different forms of meditation. Now, there is a very big difference between what is called the head center meditation and letting go meditation. And Mr. Ravishankar Purushothaman, were you ever doing meditation focused on your middle of the head or the over there? No, we don't hear you. You are whatever, the sound is not coming. No sound is coming.
No? No.
Now it came.
Okay. So I have not been into meditation, but I want to share that listening to you is very, very sort of convincing and very inspiring. So I'm very happy to join this, because I am 77 going on 78, running on 78. And I'm scared of one thing, and that is your forgetfulness and all these things creeping in. So I think this chakra meditation and all these other yogas, that meditation yogas you are doing, is definitely going to help me very much and keep me fit for a few more years than if I had not been doing it. So that is why I'm very thankful for this particular sessions that which I'm going through at 5 p.m. every day.
Oh, thank you. Actually, since you mentioned that, I'm going to share something with all of you. Yeah. You see, what is well understood today is dementia, Alzheimer's are very closely related to the blood vessels in the brain not flowing adequately, and slowly the neurons over there slowly kind of dying, what they call forming of amyloids. Okay. Now, one of the things is the reason for which the blood vessels are not anymore effective in the brain. It is actually a very strange phenomenon. You see, what happens is, if you have very high blood pressure, and why do you get very high blood pressure? Because of stress in the system. And when you have stress in the system, what happens is, the brain has more work to do. The brain has more work to do because if the brain needs to decide how to distribute energy, which part to allocate, because there is only a finite amount of energy that is coming through your oxygen that you're breathing in, even though you're breathing fast. So what happens is, the moment you're stressed, the brain demands more oxygen and glucose coming there. By the way, I hope everybody here knows, the brain can only take sugar. It cannot take, any protein and things for it to function. Okay, it works on oxygen and sugar. And these days, of course, because so many people are diabetic, and of course they become diabetic, a significant factor is stress in their lives. And there's a different dynamics for that. But on the other hand, what happens is, people are often saying, cut down on sugar kind of thing. In fact, what it is removing completely white sugar is a very good idea. You see, and if you remove white sugar, there is a lot of other sugars available. There is sugar coming through fruit and various other things, and of course, the natural sugar which we get out of sugar cane is jaggery, with the molasses and everything in there. So avoiding white sugar is a good idea. But on the other hand, sugar is very important for you. And denying sugar is not a good thing. And the reason I mention this is, the moment you're stressed, the brain wants more sugar and oxygen coming there. And by the way, the brain is the first claimant of the heart pumping and where the blood is going. The first claimant is the brain. Second claimant is the heart, the coronary arteries. But this is the importance of how the body functions. So what happens is, when a person is highly stressed, more blood is going to the brain. From a modern medicine perspective, they're always worried. You have hypertension, which means because of the increased pressure, if a capillary or something bursts, if a blood vessel in the brain bursts, then you will have clots forming there and you will have a stroke, right? They're worried about a stroke. But on the other hand, what happens is, if you don't change your behavior of being stressed, what will happen is, you'll be dependent on medications which are artificially pulling down the blood going to the brain and reducing your blood pressure. So what happens is, if a person is on blood pressure medication for 30-40 years, there is a very high probability they will develop dementia or Alzheimer's as they grow older. Whereas on the other hand, if the blood pressure goes high enough where the blood vessels get damaged for a different reason because of the excess pressure, that too can affect the blood vessels over there. But I have a recommendation for everybody as they are aging. Typically what happens is, because of stresses of life, somewhere between the age of 40 to 50 or so, 60 people become hypertensive, and they are all prescribed medication for reducing the blood pressure, right? Now what happens is, as you retire and you age, what you need to do is just keep monitoring your blood pressure and be relaxed with all your meditative practices. And after about a year or two of regular practice, what will end up happening is, you will find your blood pressure is very stable, and that is keeping at a very good level. When that happens, take an active role to start reducing your blood pressure medication. And when I say active role to reduce the blood pressure, you don't eliminate it. Everything the body can only take in small pieces. The ideal piece is 15 to 25% reduction in the medication dosage. But what will happen is the conventional medicine doctors will say, no, your blood pressure is keeping well because of the medication. It is not keeping because of the medication. It is both the medication and you having become more relaxed after retirement, right? So what you need to do is, I'll give you a real example. You see, what happened is for my mother, now she's 97 years old, she's beside me over here. When she was around the age of 60, she had a mild heart attack. From that time on, she was put on what is called a beta blocker that reduces the heart rate, and she was on it for all through. Around the time when she was around 85 years old, she was examined by a friend of mine, a cardiologist, and he basically said, this beta blocker is not enough. She needs to be on something much more. Many of you know that there are this category of medicine called sartans, losartan and different sartans over there, right? Olmesartan, all these kinds of things. Now what happens is, the sartan mechanism actually works through the kidney channel. It actually works by making sure the angiotensin receptors are blocked, so that what happens is, when the blood pressure increases, by the way, the risk is not only for stroke going to the brain, but the risk is also, what happens is, there is the stress in the system increases these stress hormones which are toxic for the body, and they need to be eliminated out of the body, which means what happens is the kidney goes into hyper mode. It tries to eliminate them faster, and the kidney works in a filtering system, like a filter cloth or a filter paper kind of thing. So what happens is, the kidney sends a message, increase the blood pressure so that I can increase the filtering pressure to eliminate this faster. But in doing that, what happens is, the nephrons in the kidney can get permanently damaged if that happens too often. So that is why it is important to reduce the blood pressure, but both for the brain as well as for the kidney. Now the interesting part is, all these sartan medications are working through the angiotensin channel from the kidney. The kidney is the renal nerve side. So what happens is, so they will all the time, if you keep on, many of you are retired, if any of you are on blood pressure medication and you have been attending this for the last 6 months or so, and you're beginning to feel calmer and peaceful and all of that, what I will recommend for you is, start reducing your blood pressure medication only a little bit, okay? So let's say you want to reduce it 25%. What happens is, you go one day, you take your full medication. The next day you take half the medication. So this way you alternate, which means you have reduced your total amount of medication by about 25%. Then as you go along and you find after about 3 weeks or so, no impact on your blood pressure, then you can reduce it down to 50%. That is half and half kind of thing. So this way you can experiment. In the case of my mother, at around the age of 80-85, she was added on this losartan potassium. And the thing is, they were giving her 100 milligrams of it. And when I was looking at it, it didn't make sense to me. So what we did was, for a period of 3 months, I ended up, every 3 months we were going to the doctor for a checkup. So for 3 months, we kept it at 50, I cut the medication to half 50 milligrams. After 3 months, we go to the doctor says, everything is the same as before, no change. And we told the doctor what was happening. And then we went and the next 3 months again, we went into 25 milligrams, cut it half. And then 3 months later, she checks, no change. And then we completely eliminated it. And then no change. So over a period of about almost a year, we completely eliminated the medication. So I will recommend to everyone who is on high blood pressure medication, it is very important to remember you understand what category of medication you are in. Okay. Now, if you're on a beta blocker, then in which case you may be putting yourself in a cardiovascular risk if you remove the beta blocker. Okay. So be very careful what you're working with, understand what you're doing. But the thing is basically reducing the dosage of medication by 15 to 25%. It is unlikely to do too much harm for you as long as your blood pressure is stable. So always measure your blood pressure, and most of you have instruments at home. Measure it and make sure it is stable, and experimenting with like a 15% reduction in dosage will not do any harm. In fact, a lot of people I have known, they sometimes forget to take their medication and nothing happens to them. Okay, but that forget the medication, one dosage on one day is one thing. But what if you forget your medication for 1 week? Then it may not remain stable anymore. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful, and that's why reducing by about 15% is a good way to test for yourself whether you're able to be stable or not.
Yeah, I do take many medications that you mentioned, so I'm going to also experiment, and see if I can, reduce certain amounts, of the medicine. I take all of them, beta blocker also, and losartan, and I have to take, for my heart problem, but I'm going to try that, and if I can reduce these dosage, those.
See, the beta blocker is not as much as a problem for this thing, okay? Because the part is basically, from what you're describing, you've probably had a heart attack or some coronary artery disease at some point. So the thing is, don't cut on the beta blocker, okay? The key place where you want to cut on, if you're taking one of the sartans, losartan or olmesartan or one of them, is the thing is basically that is where you want to begin if you're going to experiment. And I will suggest for you, you have just started doing this daily practice now, right? In the last month or so.
Right.
Yeah. Give yourself another 2 months time. And after that, start experimenting with slight dosage only of the sartan. Don't touch the beta blocker.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to add that I'm Ravi Shankar again, that I'm thankful to my son who's in Seattle, who has recommended your name to me to join this program. And the second thing is that I'm finding your depth of knowledge is very impressive. And it's a pleasure to listen to you at any time that you are, explaining the various aspects of the benefits of this yoga. Thank you.
And I want to say something. 1 minute. I'm an officer, a retired officer from State Bank of India. So when we were when the entire banking system was going from manual to this one, what do you call online or what is that one? At the same time, we all went a very depression because we don't know what is computer. We don't know how to do this one. So this one was when the emphasis was going on, we were all in trouble. In State Bank India, I don't know with other banks. In our branch, there was a very big drive of going. All of us went on yoga. Every day we have to be there and said yoga teacher will come. They say, think of a flower or this one blossoming in your lotus is blossoming. Think of that. She was asking. And every week we had yoga session weekend. Like in Saturday afternoon, we used to have compulsory yoga session. And we had to come out of that. And it was very big drive going on all over State Bank because of this one. Computerized came on, we were all in depression mode. Really, we couldn't manage anything. We don't know what to do because all are above something 35, 40 something. Basically, we don't have any knowledge of that. Only we were very much well known about the manual only, and we were very much. அதெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு பழக்கமா இருந்தது. ஸோ இந்த எம்பஸ் இது வரும்போது அதுக்கு ஏதாவது பேர் கூட சொன்னாங்க. அது வரும்போது எங்களால தாங்கவே முடியல. பட் அது எல்லாமே எல்லாரும் வெளியில வந்தோம். It was really.
Did the yoga help you when they did it in the State Bank of India?
Ah,
Did the yoga help you when you were
yes,
doing
of
it?
course, of course, of course. And
Very
we
nice.
give all the branch, all the yoga teachers went zonal level. Also, we had. So we had to go to zonal office for this one. A lot interested. அதைத்தான் இப்போ நான் சொல்ல வரேன். அதுலேருந்து நாங்கள்
Very.
மீண்டு வந்தோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த யோகா அவங்க சொல்லி கொடுத்ததுக்கப்புறம் தான் எங்களுக்கு கம்ப்யூட்டரில் நம்பிக்கையே வந்தது. We had our confidence, we can handle this computer அப்படின்னு அந்த இதுல இருந்து நாங்க மாறும்போது ரொம்ப திண்டாடினோம், ரொம்பவே கஷ்டப்பட்டோம். Because we were all in middle age.
So, Mr. Ravishankar.
Basically, we don't
Yes,
have
sir. Yes, doctor.
knowledge of that idea.
Yeah, that's Mr. Ravishankar.
நிஜமா நான் இப்ப நீங்க அவர் சொன்னார் இல்லையா, அது சொல்லும் போதே எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்தது. நம்மளுக்கு கூட வந்து ஸ்டேட் பேங்க்ல யோகா டீச்சர் கொடுத்தாங்களே, அது வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் நல்ல இதுவா இருக்கு.
Thank you.
ஸ்டேட் பேங்க்ல பெரிய டிரைவ் எடுத்தாங்க, எல்லாருக்கும் யோகா எடுத்தாங்க.
Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Ravishankar,
Yes, doctor.
you were saying about our knowledge of yoga, where we have got it. Actually, what it is I have been practicing for the last 45 years. Okay? And the thing is basically because of the experiences I got from the first 14 years of practice, for the last 31 years I have been a researcher. And in the course of this, where it has led me to is, on one hand, we have gone into the Vedic system and various traditional observances. We have gone into the yoga literature. We have gone into scientific studies, the measurements of what is happening in the physical body, physiology, and all of these things. And we have integrated all of them together. So that is the reason I can feel, by the way, I used to teach for 10 years. I used to teach doctors in the United States, and I could give them medical credits for the courses they attended on yoga with me. Okay? So the thing is, so the area of physiology and how it works, the research elements, I'm very familiar, but I'm also familiar with the traditional Vedic and yogic traditional system. So integrating all of them together has been what we have been doing, and we are still doing continuing research. Actually, the amount of research we are doing, we are looking at measurements. And I think you might have heard this previously. We have these machines whereby if we have one hair from you, from here through our machine, we can look at how your physiology is doing at this very moment.
Doctor, I think I must add one more thing. You have done a lot of research, done a lot of study, you have done a lot of practice. But I think you also have God-given talent of being able to express yourself so clearly, which is the real source of inspiration for us. That it's pleasure to listen to you and learn from you. What is the benefits of all this? That is most important. The God-given talent of your ability to express whatever you have experienced. Yeah.
So who is your son in Seattle?
He's working with Google. His name is also Ravi Kishan. And he's quite a senior engineer there. And they go through a lot of stress. So all his friends and all that, sometimes they do yoga. So then he told me, Daddy, you are retired. You are there. Listen to this doctor and you'll benefit. So, and I'm thankful to his suggestion. And
Very
he's
nice.
Very nice.
Actually, one of our board members is in that area. Her name is Dr. Sundara Kulkarni. Most likely, he probably heard from her.
Okay. My daughter is also in the US. She is in the Bay Area. And my son-in-law is a PhD also. So, I mean, it's all in the family that I'm an engineer, basically. So, I'm a management consultant.
Dr. Rajan, where can I send...
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, Dr. Rajan, where can I send my hair sample to you? How can I send it to you for analysis?
Don't bother sending it to me. Actually, give it to Avni. She has the machine too. You see, what it is, as part of our research, we have invested in many, many machines. We have these 25 of them, which we have distributed among various people to go and take assessments and things. And this hair machine, we have about 10 of them. which are again distributed among various people. And Avni has one, and so just give it to her.
All right. Thank you.
ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
Namaste.
ಒಂದು ಡೌಟ್, ನಿಮ್ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಚಕ್ರ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅಂತೂ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಚಕ್ರ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು ಡೌಟ್ ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ, ಈ ಭಸ್ತ್ರಿಕಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲಿ, ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ.
Okay. So, Madam is asking that what is the purpose of, after Bhastrika, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and the Brahmari. Okay? The reason for why we do that over here is, in modern day age, first thing to remember is, once you do 20 breaths of Bhastrika, you will find if you continue doing beyond 20 breaths unendingly, you will faint and fall down. Okay? It is because there is too much oxygen in your system and the brain loses, it's called the blood becomes more alkaline, a respiratory alkalosis phenomenon. I won't go into that. But what happens is, after every 20 breaths, when you stop, there are various things you can do. You can keep quiet and observe any sensations within you for a period of a minute or two, and then go on to the next 20 breaths. Or, in the tradition of Hatha Yoga, what they will do is, after doing 20 breaths of Bhastrika, they will take a deep breath in, close the right nostril. They'll first hold the breath, close the right nostril, and then when you're ready to exhale, they'll exhale through the left nostril. What is happening here? When you hold the breath, it allows carbon dioxide to develop, to become more over a period of 30 seconds or so in the body. So the excessive oxygen alkalosis in the blood will go away. Okay? Now, the thing is, you see, for us here, we do Ujjayi Kumbhaka for an entirely different reason. One is, of course, we want you to hold the breath so that any sensation resulting in excessive oxygen in the body will get taken out. That is one reason. But there is a second reason. The second reason is related to the thyroid. In this day and age, actually, this is a very fascinating thing that has been happening. Many of you know that, at least when I was young, there was nothing called iodized salt. Okay? And you were actually getting sea salt over there, which is what you used in your cooking and food and all of that. And somewhere like about 40 years back or so, I think in India, Tatas were the people who introduced the first iodized salt. And the iodized salt came on, and this iodized salt is all over the world. And what happened is, somewhere down the road, these researchers found that people's metabolism was going down, and it was because the thyroid was not functioning well enough. It needed more iodine in the body. So they found iodized salt as a supplement for you to take into the body. Okay? And of course, natural iodine you do get from eating spinach and things like that, all the kire and all of those. But this thing, anyway. So what happened is, as things have gone along after these 45 years, in the last decade or so, once again, research are finding, as people age, their thyroid functionality is going down. Okay? So in this day and age, it has become very popular among many of these doctors to prescribe small dosage of thyroxine for people as they are older. And unfortunately, the moment you depend on anything from outside, your body's internal mechanisms, adapt to it so that they don't function on their own as well. Right? So what happened is, this practice, when you do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and hold it there, and then after that, when you hold it, then you exhale in between the teeth and come down. This has the effect of stimulating the thyroid. Okay? So it is to stimulate the thyroid we do this practice, and then Bhramari we do to clear the head of any excessive oxygen in the body that might have confused the brain, to clear the brain. So that is the reason we do that.
Thank you so much, sir.
ಭುವನೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವರೇ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಏನಾದ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಹೌದು, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Okay, anything else further?
Thank you for your time this morning, coming to the Zoom, and sharing your knowledge.
It's such a pleasure. I actually plan on coming to at least once or twice a week. So you'll see me more often sometime.
Yeah,
that will be great. That will be great.
That would be
Thank
wonderful.
Listening to you is a pleasure, Doctor, anytime.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.